before you a video by Free Malaysia Today, which captured the incident that happened on 9 July in the KL Sentral underpass. And firstly, I will take you to the first act, unlawful act by the police, where at minute 6:27, if you see from this video at this designated minute 6:27, 28, 29, you can clearly hear the police. They were holding the gun, aiming at the protesters, and they were saying, "Bawah, bawah." That means they were aiming directly at the protesters. So maybe we can listen to what has been ordered to the police officers. You just pay attention to minute 6:28. They were saying clearly, "Bawah, bawah, bawah," and you can see the policeman on the left. He was aiming his gun, bawah, to fire directly at the protesters, at the marchers who were assembling at that time. So this is the first unlawful act that we want to point out to everyone, because we just want to point out the fact that the canisters, one of the canisters that we found on that day, it was clearly stated in the instruction saying that do not fire directly. So the instruction was very clear that it cannot be shot directly or fired aimed directly at protesters.
I have tried to, the police have produced some videos and they seem to be focusing on Tian Chua running. There's a video showing him running out of the underpass with a few other persons. And they seem to be trying to suggest that he was charging at the police. Now, today's video shows that to be a complete lie. It's a complete distortion. You can see from we can look back at the video if you need to. You can see what he was actually doing it was quite clear to him at that point that within a matter of seconds, the police would be shooting at them, the tear gas. So he was basically trying to get out of that space as quickly as possible, running to the side, and you can see he's running towards when coming out of the tunnel, he'll be running towards his right and trying to get out of the path of tear gas. So I know there's some people who are trying to suggest that, not just the police, but people are trying to suggest there was a charge at the police. Anyone watching this video will know straight away that that's a completely, what do you call it? That's an allegation with no basis whatsoever. If you watch his path, you can see him running straight to the side, and then he's apprehended by the police at that point. Now, so this foolish statement by the police that he was charging at the police is definitely not. There's no evidence of that. If he had been charging at the police, we would have seen him coming directly at the police just now with the others. We don't see that at all. Yeah. He made the judgment call to get out as quickly as possible off the firing line, but as you can see, the moment they moved, the shooting had started and he was apprehended further down, but he was able to escape the effect of the terrible effects of the tear gas. Thank you. One is, there was some initial confusion as to the name and identity of the police officer who you have seen in the video giving the instruction, Bawah, Bawah. I think now it is quite clear that his name is Wan Bari, it's B-A-R-I, Wan Bari, and his position is OCPD Brickfields. Now this is significant. This is not your constable or sergeant or inspector who is carried away on the ground. This is the OCPD of the district. This is a senior officer. It is also a bit unusual that such a senior officer is actually on the ground commanding a small troop of FRU officers. So that indicates something about his particular mindset and his particular intent, what he was intending to do at that particular location. OCPDs are normally in charge of a big area. They command a large number of officers, and they are normally in what they call more on the mobile, as what you see generally. So this is the thing. So it's an interesting question. What a senior officer like him was doing there and giving those instructions and instructing his men to shoot directly at the people who gathered. Now the other point is this, that this practice of shooting directly, shooting tear gas canisters directly at protesters or those who are in the gathering is not limited to KL Central. I personally was at Jalan Pudu. I was part of the crowd there, and some of you may have seen those photographs of the crowd gathered and sitting on the street in Jalan Pudu peacefully and facing the police, and we were then shot at. And there is video evidence to show that some of those canisters, not all, but some of them were shot directly at us, were aimed at us. And I scrutinized one video which shows one canister actually whizzing past me personally. I'm sitting there and it's going narrowly past me, which seems to indicate that the police, I was sitting there, Saifuddin was there with Dr. Said Hussain. It is, based on what I've seen in KL Central, I'm convinced that those canisters were meant to be shot directly at us and to cause injury to us. But we were lucky. We were quite lucky. We are not in the same position as Bayan or Khalid Samad or Jugan Lai. The canisters did not hit us.